The University of Pennsylvania Quakers will be hosting the Miami Hurricanes on Tuesday, December 4th. The game will be on ESPN+. So Miami, like a couple weeks ago, I thought they'd be a top 25 team. They're in the championship game of the Wooden Legacy, and they lost to Seton Hall by 2 points. And then they lost to Rutgers, and then they lost to Yale. Yale beat them because of the inside game, and Miami has not been shooting the ball from outside very well recently. So Miami's still a very talented team. Jim Larinagas' 8th season. In 6 of the last 7 years, Miami has a winning record in the ACC. So other than Virginia, North Carolina, Syracuse, and Duke, I'm not sure there's too many teams that have been as consistent in the ACC as Miami has been. So Chris Lykes is a very dynamic guard for Miami. He tries to slash through the lane. He's 42% from the field, 37% from 3, 27 assists, 16 steals. Though he is a high turnover guard with 27 turnovers. He's a very dynamic guard, though. He's gonna, if Penn can't stop him, he can really get to the basket well. They have to put someone in him, especially in transition. Can't let him push the ball in transition. Vasiljevic is 6 for 21 from 2, but he's 26 of 56 from 3. He's a 6'3" guard, so it's rare for someone to be so bad from 2, but so great from 3. But that's what he is. Zach Johnson is the best passer on Miami, and Izunda, 28 offensive rebounds. He's by far their best offensive rebounder, and he's also a shot blocker at 17 blocks. He's 70% from the field, and their offensive rating, their defensive rating when he's on the floor is clearly the best out of any player on the court for Miami. So he's a beast. He's going to go hard, but if you get him in foul trouble, that's one of the keys to game for Penn, to try to get him in foul trouble. So he had 11 offensive rebounds against Stephen F. Austin, so he can really play. So Miami overall as a team, they're 34th in the country in blocks. They shoot 45% from the field, 35% from 3. Their defense is a little strange. They barely allow any threes, but 2-pointers, they allow a lot of 2-pointers. So they're 26th ranked 3-point defense in the country at 27%, but they allow 51% from 2. They're an athletic team, but the rotations have not been great yet. But the analytics say that it's better to allow 2s than 3s, and they don't foul very much either. So they play defense the way they can. They're 102nd in offensive efficiency and 35th in defense efficiency. They're ranked 35th in the Ken Pom rankings. So Ken Pom thinks this is just an unlucky team. They're like a sub-300 team in the Ken Pom rankings in luck, which means they just lost a lot of close games because they were close to being in the top 25 a couple weeks ago, and just a 4-point loss. The Ken Pom doesn't think it's too big of a deal. Miami's lost non-conference games before in the past, like Northeastern a couple of years ago, and they still managed to be in the top 10. So Miami's a very talented team. They're a 50-50 rebounding team. They get about 50% of the rebounds. The opponent assist-to-turnover ratio, that's what Penn really needs to do well. Protect the basketball. Miami's 42nd in opponent assist-to-turnover ratio. 7 assists for every 10 turnovers. So this is a tough game for Penn. They just can't get overwhelmed by Miami's athleticism. And they have to make bunny shots. Penn has no chance of winning if they can't shoot like those little bunny shots, layups. Every time Penn gets their opportunity to score, they're going to score. And Miami's going to really try to force Penn to drive it because they don't want Penn to be a catch-and-shoot team. That's the way they play. They only want to allow 2-pointers. They don't want to allow 3-pointers. So Penn, if it's an open shot, then take it, but Penn needs to be willing to drive it. If Miami's running them off the 3-point line, then that means that if Penn can get past a defender like Devin Goodman and then drive into the lane, get in the paint area, make the right decision with the ball. Either there's an open layup or you keep moving the ball around, spraying the ball around, and eventually you're going to get an open 3-point shot. It may take some time, but Penn can do that. And defensively, it's really the transition. Miami's a fast, athletic team. Just don't allow offensive rebounds. Yale held Miami to 4 offensive rebounds, so it's just that, that's big too. You don't want Miami to be able to offensive rebound. Transition defense is just very important in this game.